Good morning, crew. First of all, please hit like and subscribe, really help me out. We are heading in. It's a little bit after 7. Had a late night last night at jiu-jitsu. But yeah, gonna go in and start cutting some cambium. It is cold out, so today is the 18th of March and it is 7 degrees out, which you get a bunch of spring weather and then all of a sudden it freezes hard again. It makes the back roads pretty rough. I know right now a lot of the back roads have weight restrictions. So up here in the Northeast during mud season, you aren't really allowed to have log trucks out on the dirt roads because they tear them up so bad. I don't know how much it really gets enforced. I would say it's more enforced in other towns than Greensboro, but yeah, that's always a challenge. You know, loggers, they usually fill their landings up for 3-4 weeks and then have a big haul out of lumber, or timber, I mean. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Had a good morning pump. Was able to get some good weight in, do some good hip thrusts. Never skip leg day. Leg day really is important. Or one thing that I really haven't talked to you guys about, and I think it's important, is to actually see our finished product. So this is what we are making. This is a piece of cambium. For those who don't know what cambium is, it is the newest growth ring on a tree. Trees grow from the outside and keep growing out. They don't grow from the center, they grow from the outside. So we're taking off, as you've seen in some previous videos, that's like the newest growth part. So how does this product get used, right? This piece of cambium strip. So first of all, you can see I have 2 different sizes here. One is for the Harvestin Mini, one is for Harvestin up at Jasper Hill. What they do, and the way they actually do this, is somewhat of a secret, so I really can't divulge how they do this. But if you go out and you buy a wheel of Harvestin, you're gonna find this on it. The way to tell that it's mine, not the other producer that does it, is I'll have some actual blemishes on here. You know, see that's like kind of a piece of bark right there. If you see a piece that looks just like this, that's not mine. Mine has these blemishes on it. That's how you can tell. So next time you're at the store and you buy a piece of Harvestin, take a look at it and see what it's got on the outside. If it's got the blemishes, it's from the cowboy. So they put it around their cheese like this. The way they do that, like I said, I'm kind of bound to secrecy on that, but they have a process for doing that. And they actually age the cheese in the bark. When you buy it from the store, you get it with the bark, you cut the top off, and you can dip your chip out of it. Also, the big selling point with the Harvestin is if you pick up a wheel here in Greensboro, Vermont, or you pick one out in San Francisco, it's gonna taste the same. That is really hard to do on a mass scale, especially with the amount of different employees they have working up there. All very good people, but everybody does things a little bit differently. Getting all that to mesh and stuff is very, very hard. So big shout out to the creamery up there. We know they're working hard and making a good, consistent product. Back to the cambium. I think a question I have, and I don't know the answer to this, maybe some Cheese Whiz does out there and you can comment on it, but the cambium was done because in France they actually used it as a press. Like they put the curds in it and actually used it as a press, right? Now we have mechanical presses. I do know for a fact that this is put on after the actual beginning wheel is made. However, I don't know if it would taste fine if it was just a piece of plastic or some other kind of item to go around it. I don't know if the spruce actually puts some flavor to it or not. I know that the way we do our process is very unique in terms of cambium production, and it's something that only Jasper Hill has access to right now. And we make our product super consistent by the way we actually pull it out of the woods. Ours have more character, but in terms of actually bringing a deliverable that's somewhat consistent, the only thing that we can't control is the thickness of it, which comes from different trees in the forest, and that's kind of what you're getting when you buy Cambium. We do make a strip for Windermere as well, and Windermere is one of their premium raw milk cheeses. We are the only producer of that, so if you buy a Windermere wheel, just realize you're getting it from Catamount Lumber. When we send them the product, it's actually sent dry. So this was today's run, but if they get it, it's actually a dry piece of Cambium. And like I said before, there is a lot of steps up there that kind of go into making the cheese and putting this on the cheese. And I don't know kind of what's out there and what's not out there. And just to be respectful of them, I know they have a whole process of it, and we want to try to keep that under the wraps. We are gonna go grab the hose and bring in some more water because our boiler needs water. behind me, this is like, or this is the wood. So if you look behind me, this is the wood that we have left over from doing the cambium. Oh, there you go, now you can see it. And first of all, my stacking job isn't the prettiest. Part of that is I'm new at it. Part of that is these logs are really slippery. So after we peel the bark off, they have this, like, this is the new layer of cambium essentially being formed, which for those who don't know, the cambium layer is the newest growth ring on the tree. And it's super slippery and it's really hard to stack. So the goal is to get it up about that high, which is about as high as a skid steer can do it. Clearly we have not met that goal, but this pile right here is not stacked very good.